These videos are brought to you by MSCCasino.com and the Macau Sporting Club. MSCCasino.com, check it out. Also, be sure to check out PF Painters and their website, pfpainters.com.
You are watching Sports Matters TV.
Okay guys, welcome to Sports Matters TV in association with the Macau Casino and PF Painters. And guys, for 10 years we've interviewed absolute stars from Cork. We've watched them from day one to right now go on their journeys and embark on huge careers in their sport. The man next to me has pretty much done everything possible he can do as a youth. And yet again, he is a prestigious champion, not just in Ireland but in the world. Leon, it's been a couple of weeks since you've become a global superstar in the game of snooker. But how's things for you been in these last couple of days? It's been obviously a big welcome home for you.
Oh, it's been a fabulous few weeks for my family and my fans and the supporters. Unbelievable, really. The main goal was to win that tournament, and to obviously get my tour card, which is the main goal. So yeah, I'm over the moon over that. Over the moon.
Definitely. No, Leon, it's been an incredible journey. I remember you as a young kid, barely reaching the table. Obviously, look, we know your dad has been immense, the family have been immense, but I'm going to go back to the days in shooters first of all, many years ago, down at Blackpool, watching you cue, watching you play the game, watching you learn the graph. Tell us about the early days for you. Was it always snooker for you?
It was. Obviously, my dad used to own the shooters. Yeah. That's how I really got into snooker. I just got down there, started hitting a few balls, and I was just starting to love it. And one day, my dad's good friend, Gary O'Sullivan, I was hitting a few shots, and Gary called me and he said, "Who showed you that technique?" And my dad didn't even know what technique meant. So I just said to him, "I don't know, I'm just playing, just doing it naturally, I suppose." And he said, "All right, go back out." So, and Gary said to my dad that I could be something, he's going to be something special if he keeps it up. And the funny thing is, my dad always thought, my younger brother Sean Paul used to play snooker. He always thought that Sean Paul was going to be the better player, but it was the opposite. It was me. So yeah. And
Sean Paul was good as well. So I remember Sean Paul, and I remember your dad being down there. I remember Derek O'Connor. I just remember everyone talking about you and Jean Paul and all you older players. We'd all be kind of watching. We'd all be taking a shot. We'd glare to the right, and you'd be on that table with your brother. And we'd always say, "These lads are going to be unbelievable." He was right. You know what I mean? Look what you've done already. We mentioned the youth success first of all. Obviously, there's so many tournaments in Ireland. Ireland is prestigious. You know how big the snooker is in this game. And we mentioned Ken Doherty. We mentioned Fergal O'Brien. These are two guys that would tell me about you many years ago. But what does it mean first of all as a youth to win so much in the country, first of all in Ireland?
The Ireland tournaments, they're very good to win. It's the best thing you can do in Ireland. Like the under 12s they won, the 16s, 18s, and 21s. They give you a very good confidence. It's going over to the Europeans and the Worlds. It's a good tournament to win, especially for confidence. And like the match play you're playing, going up and playing all the senior boys, Brendan, Greg, Riser. Very good match play, when I was a youngster. So yeah, they're good tournaments to play in.
You mentioned the Cork lads there, right? We mentioned all these legends, like we mentioned Greg Casey, we mentioned Aaron O'Hill. Like Aaron O'Hill now is a pro on the game. He's in the top 50 in the world. Like, were you looking up to these guys? Like, you know what I mean? When you're in the clubs around Cork and seeing what they're doing, obviously you looked up to a lot of these guys.
Of course, especially Aaron, and obviously Riser and Greg, but especially Aaron. Seeing him on telly, beating the legs of Ronnie, Trump, Mark Selby. That's not easy to do. Like, it's not. So I have looked up to Aaron, and he's pushed me on. And I think I've pushed him on a small bit as well since I went in this.
Well, he has to push on because you're going to be chasing him now.
Yeah, the two of us are going to be chasing each other, which is good for both of us.
Yeah.
So it's not bad. Like 2 Cork per people, Northsiders on the tour. So it's a good thing. Like,
it's huge. And look, we mentioned your dad, obviously fundamental. Your dad had a massive interest in snooker. We always remember shooters, all the pictures on the wall of your dad. He was with all the greats of the game. Obviously that helped that he had to mingle, and obviously you were being introduced to players. I remember you met Judge Trump when you were quite young. Obviously that helped, and that's obviously something that's essential for a kid growing up to see that, look, you can do this too.
Of course. Like, my dad knows all, as you said, he knows all the big shots, and I met him loads of times, so it's good to be surrounded with them people just before I actually, when I did turn pro. Yeah. Like, it's, how do I say this now? The connections he had, it was good. It was good just to be around them people, be around the surroundings and get used to it before I made it pro. Definitely. So it was good. Definitely.
And look, family-wise, when I put up something and it's related to your name, Leone Crowley, and we put up a post, it's shared by thousands. You know what I mean? Your family, your fan base is huge, and obviously, look, you've got a great family. I grew up on Harvey Road, just down from your nan's house, and I knew all the family. Obviously, look, you've got big support, and when you have a big family like that behind you, it's obviously a big team, yeah.
Oh, you need the family support. That helps so much. You know, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them, and especially my dad. But you know, like when I got to the quarters and the Worlds and winning my matches, my family are texting me, and they're good boosters. You know, saying drive it on, do all this. So yeah, the family support is very big,
Definitely.
very big.
Now let's talk the last 20, like I suppose the last 20 months, last 12 months. You've won everything you can win in a game, as pretty much as an amateur, right? These are teams that haven't really been done by anyone in this country. No one has really gotten there. Aaron, obviously, you know, European champion, but listen, let's talk the UK 21 championships first of all. That's obviously a big feat.
Oh yeah, I was over in Glasgow, Scotland. A very good tournament to win. There was a few 2 or 3 ex-pros in that as well, and it was the first ever time they held it in Scotland.
Yeah.
First ever tournament, and it was nice to win. Very good tournament. The people were lovely. The club was a nice club, and a good tournament to win under your belt.
It's a huge tournament, and the one you won a couple of weeks ago. Look, that's that one that gave you the pro tour cardio. You're going to be on the tour. That's everything you dreamed of. That's everything you worked for. This has been 10 years more of absolute madness. Practice. You know what I mean? You know, doing your homework after school, going to the snooker hall. Like, tell us, what does that mean to you, first of all? And look, the support was huge. We were all watching. The feedback was incredible. I think you broke the live stream because you were playing in these quarters, semis, and finals and winning it. But what did that mean to you, and what was it like to be in that moment?
Oh, the moment was, even playing wise, I was really enjoying it. You know, every moment. Even when I was 3-2 down in the quarters, I was still loving it. You know, I gave it everything, and that worked out. You know, so yeah, it was good. It was good. Overall, 2 weeks over there was very good, and again, I'm just very pleased that I won it. And some people say, like, you know, when like some of my family members said, when you're playing, do you feel pressure? And I says, I only feel pressure, you know, when I'm walking out to the table. But the minute the table I start playing, I hit my first ball, the pressure goes out for some reason, which is I think is a good thing to have.
Yeah.
And I just play freedom, and obviously try my best, but that's a good thing to have on your belt. You know, don't feel the pressure.
Definitely. As a fan, I can honestly say, like, in that semi-final, you made it look so easy. And I know it wasn't easy because you're in that moment. You're the one that has to play that moment. But I was biting my nails. But then in that final, you took that big lead. And I'm like, this guy is just something else. And you'd even hear the commentator on about it. It was just unique to see a guy from Cork, a guy from the north side do that and make it look so easy. Listen, there's just something about your game that's special. What do you reckon that comes down to, Leon? Because, like, we watch your safety play, your shots, your accuracy, the fact you can go on breaks. You're the complete package, and there's so much more to come. So it's going to be frightening to see what you're going to be like in the next 5-10 years.
Yeah, exactly. I think what got me over this tournament was I played very well, of course, very steady. I think my choices of shots and my safety was very good. And the most key thing that I did was potting, you know, the most important balls, the pressure balls. I think that's what got me over the line in this tournament. And of course, just in snooker, when you practice, you don't just practice certain shots. You practice, there's a lot of routines for snooker. You just do it over and over again, and it becomes second nature. You know, if you're good at the sport.
Yeah.
And but what won me that tournament, I think, was my safety and my focus. I told my dad before this tournament, I didn't say I'm going to win it. All I said to my dad was, I feel something different about this tournament. I'm going to put 120% into every shot, and I did that in every single game in the group stages. And I walked out. I didn't take my eyes off the table. I was staring at my opponent, not in a bad way. No, I just want to, you know, frighten him.
Yeah.
You have to do. You'll do anything to win, you know. So.
Of course.
Yeah.
And even when you won that final, Leon, people put away your cue, and it was just like another day at the office. Because if I won something like that, I'd still be celebrating. I'd still be on. I don't drink, but I'd be celebrating for 3-4 weeks. I wouldn't come home. But like the way you were just putting away, you know, you're in the moment, you know, you knew you had your stuff to do. Your dad came over to you, embraced you, and you're just, you know what I mean, you're in the zone, cool as a breeze. When did it actually hit you? The next day, or was it kind of like, you know what I mean?
No, it hit me, especially when I put the last ball. You know, I got a relief in my stomach.
Yeah.
Like outside the emotions, it probably didn't. I looked at my dad and I just gave him a small fist bump. You know, I wouldn't scream.
Yeah.
Even though I wanted that, but I wanted to respect the opponent as well. But inside, I was the happiest man in the planet. For me, I was the happiest man. It was my dad's dream and my dream, and my family's dream. So yeah, inside I was very happy.
And it's great to see a story pay off, because I've been lucky enough to see firsthand that journey for you from day one, I suppose, down with the shooters yet again, and you know, your dad's there with you and everyone, and we're all talking, and just to see what happens then. Isn't it remarkable that we get someone from Cork that can do that and give us that joy, just like Aaron? You know what I mean? You're the next big team with Aaron, and like, I can only imagine the journey that you're going to be on these next, 30, 40 years, winning majors, beating the big boys. Like, nothing phases you by the looks of it, yeah.
No, I think Aaron has the same kind of game as me. He don't fear no opponents. He don't fear the occasion, which is something. There's not many players that have that. I don't think so. Yeah, I'll be traveling the world with Aaron. He's a good buddy of mine as well. So yeah, it's good as well. As I said again, it's not just good for Cork snooker. It's good for Irish snooker.
Yeah.
That there's three pros, me, Aaron, and Ken. Yeah. But yeah, it's very good. Very good for Cork as well, the two north sides. So yeah,
definitely. Now we talked the pro game, which is fast approaching. That'll be April onwards. Let's talk about that. What do you have in sight? Like, obviously the first year, what would be your goals and dream matches, dream scenario matches for you?
My dream matches, I suppose it's the obvious one to play Ronnie, and Trump is my idol. Like, he's who I look up to as well. But the main goal for the first, I have 2 years on the tour, but the main goal is I couldn't ask for more. It's just to stay on the tour.
Yeah.
That's my main goal. I'm just going to take every game step by step and prepare for that game in the best way I can, and we see what happens.
Definitely. And like we mentioned, like rankings, yet again you mentioned staying on the tour is very important for you, but obviously the big venues, the opportunities to qualify for the majors, that's obviously something you'll enjoy. Do you like travelling? Is that something you enjoy, travelling around the world?
I do like travelling, yeah. See all different countries, all the different religions. It's good. And all my snooker friends from all the amateur tournaments travelling the world. So yeah, everything about snooker, travelling, playing it, I just love it, to be honest. I actually love it, yeah.
And the professional aspect, obviously, being a professional, there's a lot of things you have to do. Obviously, like when you're, career winnings and all this kind of stuff, and you're making money. Obviously, there's a lot of things you have to kind of keep on board. But obviously, sponsorship is something that you might look at as well down the road. Obviously, there'll be big companies maybe wondering how they can sponsor you. So obviously, that's something you're probably open to in due course.
Oh yeah, sponsors, you need sponsors, of course, because snooker is a very expensive sport. Like, but I don't know much about sponsors, monies. But I'm just gonna do my thing on the table, and I let my dad control that side. I just do what I do and play hit balls. That's all I do. No
better man to have behind you to support you that way. Obviously, JP's a legend, and yet again, look, we mentioned Trump. Trump is the guy that we know you're a massive fan. He's incredible, but I think his status of being, suppose he's got the status of the luxury cars. He's a pretty way snooker. That's in jeopardy with Leone Crowley coming on the scene.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I obviously look up to him, but I want to be my own person. But all the money side of it, and not like that. That's kind of a bonus.
Yeah.
I'm playing the game because I actually, I enjoy playing it, and for the hopefully down the years for the legacy,
Yeah.
But yeah, he's buying cars. Trump says I think that's just they're all bonuses,
Yeah.
But yeah.
He's the man, but look, you're the man that he's got to beat now in due course. And look, we mentioned obviously there's World Championships coming up, the UK Championships. Like we talk many majors in snooker. Obviously, you're going to try and have a lash off them all and try and win as many as possible. But obviously, your dream is to be professional world champion, and as that's something you can see happening in the coming future. Of course, it is.
Of course, if you don't think it's going to happen, then why are you playing the sport? Like, you have to think you're going to do something. You're giving your best chance. If you think you're going to do it, you have to believe. And obviously, one day I do believe I'm going to be senior world champion, which you have to believe. But my main thing is just qualifying for the big tournaments. Getting in the big arenas. That's a good achievement in itself, and hopefully push on, and hopefully stay in the top 64.
And the Crucible, obviously, that's a dream come true. Maybe to play there, because we mentioned we know Barry Hearn's he's talking, and there's talks. Ronnie wants the bigger venues and stuff. But listen, the Crucible is the home of snooker, and that'll mean a lot to you to, I suppose, to get to play there.
That's another dream come true, Jerry. Qualifying for the Worlds, playing in the 2-table setups and the crowd watching. Of course, you're on telly as well. Yeah, it's a dream come true. You can't get much better than that in snooker, I don't think.
No, definitely. No, I'm going to ask you a few questions, just kind of like short, quick fire questions, right? So, you've been in this game for so many years, okay? As an amateur, you've done so much. Who's the toughest Irish player you've ever played? I know there could always be 2 or 3, but I'm going to try and get that one answer earlier. So, out of all the Irish guys right now, who's the toughest you played so far?
Besides Aaron?
Yeah, we'll say besides Aaron, because he's probably...
The toughest Irish snooker player I played. Does that have to be Republic or...?
No, it could be anywhere. Anywhere.
I'd say... I have 2 answers. I don't know which one. I'd say Brendan O'Donoghue and Riser Crone.
Riser, yeah? Yeah, Riser's a dark horse. He's actually the cameraman's cousin, Phil, as well, by the way. So it's a small... Riser's a good opponent, right? So we'll talk... your first big break. Can you remember what your first big break was?
My first big break. Could it be anything at all?
Anything a lot.
Well, I had my first century when I was 13. I think I was my 13. Yeah, it was a 1-1-1.
1-1-1.
Yeah, and the table I bought, it's in the Crucible down in Blarney Street now. The table, when I first got it, the table, the pockets were very, very, very tight. Very tight, so I did well to make that century on that table, to be honest. That was my first big break.
At 13. Unbelievable. Now, we'll talk, obviously, we mentioned dream opponents. Yet again, you said dream opponents, Joe Trump, yeah? Second major to win besides the World Championship. So there's so many majors out there. What one stands out second best to you?
I think the UK.
Yeah,
it's
a good one.
Obviously the Masters, but I think the UK is second biggest tournament in the world, you know. That'd be very, very big achievement to win that besides the Worlds, yeah, the UK.
Love it. Now, last question. Who's the first ever professional snooker player you ever met? I know you met loads over the years. Can you remember the first player you ever met?
That's a good question.
So I know Jimmy was always at the club. I know Ken was there, Dennis Taylor. I remember the great Cliff Torben was there. I think
it was George Trump.
Yeah.
Back in Neptune, my dad did a gig down there in Neptune in Cork City, and I seen him play for the first time, and I was just I couldn't believe he was standing in front of me playing snooker. So it was actually George Trump, Jack Lazowski, I think Steve Davis as well.
Yeah.
So them three were the first. Yeah.
Surreal. Listen, it's all ahead of you, my man. It's an honour to be here with you. As you say, look, it's what a couple of weeks it's been for you. It's we can only imagine what the next 12 months holds for you. More headlines, you know what I mean? More big name scalps, more titles. But listen, we're proud of you, first of all. I'm glad myself and John Kennevick used to always take notice of you in the snooker hall, practicing with your brother. Is your brother, is he still playing, is he?
Oh no, he packed up a long time ago. He didn't have the dedication, you know, the girls, and I think the girls got
I think that was the problem, because he was always girls around you, but I suppose he just opted to be there full time with the girls, maybe, yeah?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Listen, it's an honour as always. We're looking forward to the next couple of weeks. We're going to have everything on the SportsMatters page, guys. And yet again, Leon, thank you very much, Sam.
Thanks very much for having me.
Appreciate it.